Hey guys, my video for showing the difference between a mobility and stability issue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a very common issue, and that's when somebody's missing a toe touch. So what I always tell my students here at Elite is that for deadlift, a prerequisite is to have a toe touch and a good leg raise, a good accurate leg raise. And the reason you want a good toe touch is that you want to be able to see if the person can display a posterior weight shift. And we need that posterior weight shift if we're going to obviously execute a deadlift efficiently. And also if we're going to do some squat variations, like a box squat variation, for example, okay? So what you'll probably see with someone who's missing a toe touch is that if they do attempt to do a conventional deadlift from the ground, you'll often see that they can't get into position. They're going to look at something like this, and you're going to you're going to say, try and arch your back or get your chest up. And it's not that they don't understand what you're trying to ask them to do, it's just that they can't access the position. So we need to ask them, is it because they have a mobility issue restricting their toe touch, or is it a motor control issue, okay? So how we can differentiate that is, if their toe touch is missing, so when they're standing with their feet together, so in a bilateral position against gravity, and they can't touch their toes. So what I'm going to ask them to do then is, I'm going to ask them if they can do it one leg at a time. I want to see can they do a unilateral toe touch. So can they do a unilateral toe touch? Now if the result changes like this, okay, that's an inconsistent finding. So when we get inconsistent findings, that generally indicates it's more of a motor control issue than a mobility issue. Another way to do it too is to also ask them to go from here and then say, right, let me see what that's like on the ground. If it changes, we're thinking that it could be more motor control, okay, rather than mobility. If the findings stayed consistent all the way across all three little screens there, or assessments, so they couldn't touch their toes from standing, they couldn't touch it one leg at a time, or they couldn't touch it seated, that's going to indicate that that's more of a mobility issue, okay? Mobility generally is going to come down to some type of soft tissue restriction or joint mobility dysfunction. If it's a motor control issue, I will go straight away to the toe touch correction, which I'll show now in the next clip. Okay, so the toe touch correction is from the FMS. So if it's more of a motor control issue, we can jump straight to this. If it's more of a mobility issue, then we may need to, we will need to investigate that more and see is it more soft tissue in nature or is it a joint mobility dysfunction, and you may have to work in conjunction with the physiotherapist who is with your team, or someone that you can refer to, or some good sports rehabilitation expert, and just to make sure that there is no structural issues there, or there could be something else. But if it's motor control, we can definitely jump straight to this. Okay, so that would be the person with that inconsistent finding. Couldn't touch the toes from standing, so they didn't have a toe touch from standing, but they did either in a unilateral stance position or in a seated position, so the result changed. Again, inconsistent findings are going to be more motor control issues, consistent findings are going to be more mobility issues, okay? So the toe touch correction, the way I teach it is this, so toes up on the board, foam roller between the legs. In the FMS, they'll get people to bring their hands up, but I find people struggle then to breathe in their diaphragm when you ask them to do that. So I'll just get them to put one hand on their belly, one hand on their chest, inhale through their nose, fill up their belly, pause their breath for 3 seconds, squeeze the foam roller as hard as they can. 3, 2, 1, exhale. Take the slack out of the posterior chain, go down as far as they can, and then if this is as far as they can go, then and only then do they touch their toes and then stand back up. Usually do about 5 reps with the toes up and then 5 reps then with the heels up. And then we retest their toe touch, and more often than not, that either gets us very close to the toes or gets us right down to the floor, okay? And it restores that posterior weight shift, okay? That's going to allow us to get into the correct position to execute a conventional deadlift on the ground. Now, if somebody was quite restricted in their toe touch, okay, you might need to do what's called a double rep. So they breathe in, hold their breath, squeeze the roller, exhale, and let's say this is as far as they can go. You could ask them to give you another diaphragmatic breath. Squeeze the roller as they pause, exhale, take a little more slack out, and then only then and touch the toes. Okay, and again, we do about 3 or 5, the toes up, 3 or 5 with the heels up. Okay, and then after you apply that corrective strategy, recheck their toe touch, make sure they regain their toe touch. Okay? And then we move on to our deadlift. Okay? And then we're swinging Dixie basically. Okay? They should be able to access the start position of a deadlift. So the way we teach it here is we get our guys right up to the bar. We go left foot in, or whatever, right foot, left foot. We go one foot in, then the other foot underneath the hips. We hinge. We exhaust that hinge so we get as much as we can out of our hinge. Then from here, drop the center of gravity. Okay? Get tight. Take slack out the bar.